We can have different levels in it.
Wait, remember when I was drawing the monkey?
Yes.
And the crocodiles, the parrots and the weird stuff I was drawing? Wasn't that a section?
That was exactly a section, yeah. So, sections can show us things that plans can't. So as you can see in this one, we can see that there are tall trees and short trees. We've got areas that are lower where you've got water over here. So it can show lots of different things. It can show where the paths are a little bit indented and you've got mud here and there's concrete bit here for the path. So parks can be flat and open like Blackheath. Has anybody been to Blackheath in the south of London? No? It's very flat and open and wide.
Isn't it called Black? Isn't it called Blackheath because there's loads of gravestones underneath the floor?
I didn't know that. That's very interesting.
That's a different Blackheath, I think.
Maybe. I'm not sure. We'll have to look it up.
Yeah, I know that.
So parks can be really hilly and heavily planted, like Hampstead Heath.
Yeah.
And ground levels can make the character of the park. So there are very flat, expansive, open parks, and there are ones that are very hilly and undulating and enclosed and intimate, like ones with lots of trees where you feel like you're in a forest.
Regent's Park doesn't have many hills.
Yeah, that's true.
Primrose Hill is a
Primrose Hill has a very big hill. Yeah. Mhm.
So, but I think, can you have parks where basically it's a new city you found and then you rope off an area where no one's allowed to build and you just keep it like that?
So you're asking whether a park can just be a very wild space?
Yes, so London used to be a forest, so let's say when the settlement was discovered, you just rope off an area for like Hampstead Heath and then no one's allowed to build on there and you call it a park.
Sure. It would be like a small little wildlife reservation where it's completely wild. It is possible, but I don't think there are any in our city. That's a very good and interesting point.
So when you're talking about the hilly park, the undulating enclosed and intimate one, doesn't lots of wildlife go there? Like foxes go there, and lots of birds. If there was a lake, then probably lots of fish and frogs.
Yeah. So the different
And they're going to
character
introduce
of your
water
park.
bison, which is amazing.
So the different characters of the park will change how much nature interacts with it. You're absolutely right. So if you have lots more trees, you're going to have lots more animals that live in trees. But if you have a big open space, you might get lots of rabbits, for example. So it just depends on what you'll get, depending on the space that you design. So sections can also show us something else. It shows us people. Can you guys spot the people?
Yeah.
So it can show us what they're doing and what you as designers are thinking that they would do inside your park. So you can see here some people are sitting, some people are playing games, some people are walking.
And
so
other people just go with
drawing people in your sections can bring your vision of how people would use your park into your drawing. So London has many parks, like the Queen Elizabeth Olympic Park, created after the London Olympics. And architects...
I was born in the same year as the Olympics.
Oh, really?
Me too.
I know this sounds like I'm an absolute fool, but wouldn't it be cool if there was a park which had paths that were completely elevated and just going this way and that way across, and then down below there was basically a big swamp.
That's a very
giant
interesting
swamp.
idea.
And then the trees just poked out of the path over there.
Yeah.
And then we could introduce like lizards and frogs.
There are marsh parks like that in Kent I've seen, where it's very squidgy ground, so they've made lots of wooden paths going across
In
it.
Kent, because my cousin lives there. I've been to
in the whole park, which is very hilly.
Lovely.
This is great.
So this particular drawing that we've been looking at is a section through the canal in the Olympic Park. And it can show you about all the ground levels and the planting and the water in the design, if you can see. So let's watch a quick video about the design of this park. So we can draw our own park designs, but this time in section. So it's going to be a side view of the design like we just drew. So we're going to start with the ground level of the park. So this is the ground level. Can you see?
Yeah. Oh, what? I didn't even see
So
that.
you're going to imagine you're slicing through the middle of your park and drawing what it would look like on the ground with a thick line.
Can you leave that slide on because I'm going to need to do that for my one.
We'll put on one of the slides beforehand, yeah. So take inspiration from the first task and use your imagination. And the ground line needs to run from one end right to the other end, because it's important that we always know where the ground is. The line should be near the bottom of your page and leave lots of room above it so that you can draw your park. Will your park be flat or hilly? Have lots of lakes or canals? Have a think about these things.
Yeah.
And above your ground line, then you're going to draw the elevation, which is the side view of your park. So you're going to draw this this elevation view. What are you going to show? Are you going to show trees or plants? Are you going to have equipment for playing on or sports?
Well, what park is that?
Your park, the one you're designing.
That one, or is it not a real park?
The one that you have inside your head. Do you remember the one that we drew the plan of last week?
That one. Is that what?
The one
This
on the
one on the board is real.
This one is an example of what you could do.
Oh.
So it's inspiration, but we're going to be drawing our own parks now, the ones that you want to design for yourself.
It's how much longer you do.
Yeah? So don't forget to use some colour, shades the sky, and the plants and the benches and materials. And remember to show everything you want above the ground. You have 15 minutes, okay? So